Hi, writers. So today's memoir lesson is about interpreting the comings and goings of life. So someone once pointed out to me that writers only write about 3 topics. I know. If you open your writer's notebook, you've got so many entries. There's definitely more than 3, but if you reread those, you'll notice that there's just 3 topics. So I did that with my writer's notebook. I went back and I reread a lot of my entries, and I didn't look at what I was writing, but what is my story really about? And I noticed that I write mostly about my family, camping, and teaching. So go ahead and pause the video and take a look back at your entries real briefly and see what 3 topics do you mostly write about. So today what I want to teach you is that writers don't just chronicle their life or record their lives. Writers interpret. When you're analyzing your life stories, writers ask themselves, what are the big ideas here? And then look for themes and issues that appear over and over again in your entries. So like you, I created a list of Costello memories. I used the charts that I gave you yesterday. And then I followed the chart and I chose 2 stories to just write a quick entry about. I could have wrote a lot more. My writing volume is not as good as yours. I need to work on that. So let's take a look at my lists. So what I did is I reread these. Students' perseverance, I'm proud. Amphibians and reptiles, oh, I'm so impressed and shocked. So what I'm doing here is I'm looking for what the big ideas are. I'm looking for the themes and issues that appear over and over again in my list of Costello memories. So looking through my 2-page list, I noticed, I wrote on a sticky note, that I write about happiness, pride, kindness, respect, and helping others. These are some of the themes that showed up in my memory list. So I wrote that on a sticky note and I stuck it on the page. So now it's your turn. I want you to carefully reread your list that you created yesterday in your writer's notebook, thinking to yourself, what deeper meaning might these moments address? Jot those on a sticky note. If you don't have a sticky note, it's okay. Find a piece of paper and carefully tape it where you won't, cover up some words. You can just lift it and still see it. If you get stuck doing this activity, look for a topic that kind of like weaves itself through a lot of your list. Maybe you always write about recess or field trips, for example. What is it that you're really saying about recess or field trips? Not what is the events, but what is the theme? So you're really asking yourself, what are your Costello moments really about? And yes, it's okay if you have more than 3. There isn't a certain number. So now that you have taken a quick look at your list, what I want for you to do today during your workshop time, again, 60 minutes, is to do more research. 1, think about the topics that matter a great deal to you, themes that you tend to return to, issues you want to write about in your memoir. And 2, I want you to reread previous entries that you wrote even in the fall or throughout the school year and ask yourself, what 3 topics do you tend to write about? I know I had you do that before, but maybe you didn't. You could go through and do that again and look harder. Are those the 3 topics that you had? And again, this could also spark some more ideas for you to add to your list. I left you the chart here for strategies for generating personal narrative writing and the 4th grade chart, strategies for generating essay entries. By the way, these charts were really helpful for me when I was creating my lists. And I want you to pay attention to this sticky note right here. Specifically, write one. Pick an entry and just start jotting it down on a page like I did. You can always come back to it later. This is not your perfect entry. It's okay. I also wanted to point out that you're going to be collecting ideas and writing entries for several days. Okay, last reminder is don't forget you have a Padlet with lots of resources. In fact, I added a new mentor text, The Memoirs of a Goldfish, for you. And again, here is the link, or scan the QR code, whatever works best for you. Post the work you do today onto Seesaw, and I look forward to seeing your amazing writing.